Hello everyone, my name is Rupali Tukaram Chougule. I am going to explain CAP theorem in database management system. First of all, introduction to CAP theorem. CAP stands for consistency, availability, partition tolerance. CAP theorem is also known as Brewer's theorem. States that in any distributed database system, it is impossible to simultaneously guarantee all three of the following. First is consistency, second is availability, third is partition tolerance. It is proposed by Eric Brewer in 2000. It applies to distributed systems. Here is the three properties of CAP theorem. First is consistency. In this, all nodes have the same data. In the CAP theorem, consistency means that all nodes in a distributed database system should have the same data at any given point. For example, if you write x is equal to 10 to a node, all nodes should return x is equal to 10 immediately. When you update data on one node, the change must be reflected on all nodes immediately before any other read happens. Suppose in a bank system, if you transform 500 from account A to B and then check the balance, the system should reflect the update balance anywhere. Second one is availability. In this, every request receives a response. In a CAP theorem, availability means a distributed database system should always be able to respond to clients' requests. So, when a client requests data, it should receive a response regardless if any state of the individual node. Suppose system must be operational at all times. For example, even if some nodes are down, your request still gets a response for another nodes. The system should always respond to requests even if some parts of the system are not working. Suppose if one part of Amazon servers is down, the app still loads product info from other server even if it's slightly outdated. Third one is partition tolerance. The partition tolerance in a CAP theorem, sometimes due to some disruption in the network, nodes get separated into groups such that they cannot communicate with each other. This is called network partition. In the CAP theorem, the partition tolerance means a distributed database system should continue to work even if there is a network partition. For example, if two servers cannot talk to each other due to a network issue, they still function individually. Suppose a network partition happens when messages between servers are lost or delayed. A partition tolerance system keeps working even when parts are not connected. For example, imagine Google servers in India can't talk to each servers can't talk to servers in the US due to a network issue. Partition tolerance means both should still function independently. The theorem is only two of the three cap properties can be achieved simultaneously in a distributed system known as a cap triangle. In this, a system can only achieve two of the three at the same time, but not all of the three. In cap combinations, there are you can achieve two of the three in these properties, but not all of the three at the same time. First one is CA, consistency plus availability. It is a single node system. Second one is CP, consistency plus partition tolerance. It is H base. Third one is AP, availability plus partition tolerance. It is CouchDB. Here is the real world examples. CP, first one is CP, Google Big Table HBase. Second is AP, Cassandra CouchDB. Third one is CA, rare in distributed system. These are the real world examples of cap theorems. The real world example of cap theorem is first one is HBase MongoDB Redis. Second one is CouchDB Cassandra DynamoDB. Third one is not possible in a partitioned system. In the first CA, the data is correct but may not be available during partition. Second one is AP, it is always available but may return slightly outdated data. Third is CA, it only possible in a single node system or if there are no partitions. Cap theorem in practice, trade-offs are necessary based on the system needs. NoSQL databases often prioritize AP or CP combinations. Understand use cases before deciding. Here is the conclusion of cap theorem. Cap theorem explains the limitations of distributed system. It helps the choosing right architecture. Focus on trade-offs, not perfection.